Hi friends, I'm Katie and welcome back to the Dragon Horde. I wanted to come on here today and just tell you guys about my very overzealous summer reading plans as well as my summer ween TBR and watch list. I have a lot planned for the next few months and it's going to be chaotic and it's going to be busy, but I'm really excited and I really want to do this. But to start off, I feel like I need to give just a little bit of information about myself. Last September, so September of 2024, literal days before Hurricane Helene hit us, I was diagnosed with POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. I'm still figuring a lot of things out with it. But since September, so just over 6 months, I have really tried to figure out my symptoms, things I can do for myself. I've been in talks with my cardiologist. And I've found a few things that help, obviously, lots of electrolytes, staying out of the heat and the extreme cold, which isn't always possible. Just different things, compression garments. But the one thing that has helped me more than anything else is walking. I walk almost every single day. Even when I don't walk, I'm on my feet a lot. If I'm working my seasonal job that I work right now, which is bartending, so I'm on my feet a lot. But because of that, it has inspired me because I am admitting this on the internet, but I have never actually read The Lord of the Rings, which is surprising with my obsession. I think I love high fantasy. I really love dragons. I don't, obviously, not really dragons in The Lord of the Rings, but it is in The Hobbit because Smaug. I guess I'll know more if there's actually like dragons in Lord of the Rings when I actually read the books. But the goal for right now is to start on June 1st and go until about September 1st. I'll extend it if my body is allowing it. It depends on how I feel. But I'm going to use the Fantasy Hike, the Walk to Mount Fire app, to actually track how far I can make it walking to Mordor while I listen to The Lord of the Rings. And I'll probably be watching the movies in between there too. Who knows? If I'm feeling up for it, those could be some good, long, slow walks because walking that fast sounds like a lot. Because especially I like the extended edition, so that's a lot of walking. But I really want to try that. I'll be starting on June 1st. I know people are going to be in the comments like, it's so far, you can't make it. I will not actually finish the trek to Mordor in 3 months because that is like, I think it's 1,779 miles. I can't do that in 3 months. I am fully aware. I just want to see how far I can get. And if my body allows me to do so, I will extend it to actually finish the full walk and see how long it takes me. But I have templates to kind of post mostly on like my Instagram and stuff to show like weekly and monthly updates of how far I'm getting. It's the first time I'll be trying to maybe vlog a little bit because I'm not much of a vlogger, but I'd like to give it a try. So maybe some updates on YouTube as well. Everything is going to be on my Patreon though. Absolutely everything. And I'm probably going to have that as like members, not like free members included. I'm not going to probably put that behind a paywall, I don't think, because that's kind of dumb to me to put that behind a paywall. Like, just come look at my statistics, I guess, and see how I'm doing and how far I've gotten. And I'll probably do some lives in there as well, because also I live in Georgia. It's very hot. The heat is already picking up. So I already don't walk outside very much, but it's only because it is hot. And the other reason is I have children who have shorter legs than me and cannot keep up with the pace that I would like to keep for walks like that. And my husband has a very busy job, so it's not exactly always able to be like, hey, let's go for an outdoor walk. And with bartending at night, I'm not always up nice and early in the morning to go for a walk because I'm tired. I want to sleep. And so that's just kind of like my plan right now. I've got all the stuff set up and I'm going to be posting it as with all of this on all of my socials. And if you want to join me, I actually have already put it in my link tree. It's a Canva template. Everything should be free on it. I can fix it. I need to make sure it's all free on there so you can actually download everything. I'll fix it if it's not. I just thought of that and I'm like, I should check that. But if you want to join me, you are completely welcome to. We go for our little walks. But I do have a nice treadmill set up in my bedroom with a TV that actually it's a full motion mount. So I'm able to actually watch my 65-inch TV on my treadmill with my portable AC pointed straight at me. So that really is what makes walking easier for me with POTS is I'm able to keep myself cold, hydrated, and entertained, which is very important to me. But I'll be doing the audiobooks and I'm going to do the ones that are narrated by Andy Serkis, because I just really love his voice. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's a thing I'm doing. I'm nervous, but I'm really, really excited because I love to walk and I want to see how far I can make it, because I'll be doing the audiobooks. And let's see, all this will be posted on my Instagram. I looked up, of course, the audiobook length. I tend to listen a little bit faster, but maybe for this purpose I won't, because the Fellowship of the Ring audiobooks, Fellowship of the Ring, 22 hours and 38 minutes. The Two Towers is 20 hours and 47 minutes. And The Return of the King is 21 hours and 52 minutes. And then for the extended edition movies, which could very much be like probably a live stream. I could do maybe live stream my walks with those and be able to watch the movies. Those are going to be tough because I usually walk about an hour. I know I can go longer. Like, that's not a problem as long as I've got a support system in place. And so for that, the extended edition movie lengths for The Lord of the Rings is, you've got The Fellowship of the Ring is 3 hours and 28 minutes. The Two Towers is 3 hours and 48 minutes. And The Return of the King is 4 hours and 11 minutes. So even if I don't do those all in one day, I could probably also split them up on live streams of walking while watching the extended edition of the movies, because not gonna lie, I think I could do 3.5 hours. I think I could, like, a good slow steady pace, nothing crazy. It's The Return of the King that I'm worried about. That is, 4 hours of walking is a lot. But if you want to join in with me, like I said, I'll double check to make sure that my templates are all set up. That way you can use them with free Canva instead of having to have paid aspects. I will try to make sure that is set up properly. But if you need to look for that and would like to join me, I'm starting June 1st. You can start whenever you want. And if you ever want to, but I am using the Fantasy Hike Walk to Mount Fire. And the only other thing I am thinking about when it comes to this app is the fact that I don't know if I think it connects to my Apple Health for my watch. And so the only thing I see being a little bit off is it might pick up my daily steps as well. I don't know yet. If it does, that's fine. Yeah, I'll meet my goal sooner, but it's a lot of intentional walking as well. Like, I will be actually on my treadmill, hopefully maybe going for walks outside when I can, as often as I can. So like, I think it'll balance out. It'll probably be a lot the weeks that I work though, because like I'm on a work week right now, because it's a seasonal job. We're not working every single week. We only work maybe every other week right now, but it's 4 or 5, sometimes 6 hours in the evenings, and I'm a bartender. It's a lot of movement. So we'll just have to see where that goes. But yeah, but then I also would really like to do my summer ween, because we only get one Friday the 13th this year, and that is June 13th, and I am off, which I'm very excited about. So I've already planned, like, at least I know my husband and I are going to at least watch Friday the 13th, and then actually this week, literally in like 2 days, Fear Street Prom Queen comes out. I have to work that night, so I'm kind of hoping it's an easy night, or like I can get to the movie as soon as possible, because I love the Fear Street movies. So I'm really hoping to get to that and be able to do that as well. But this is my watch list in my TBR. If you didn't know, I make just cute, fun little Canva templates so that people can keep track of what they're reading. Sometimes now, like this for Summerween, I'm doing what they're watching. I tend to try to put these out like the day before the month actually begins. So these will be available probably May 31st. But I'm doing a Summerween version this time. I have lots of them. If you're a Patreon member, you get them included in your subscription every month. If not, I do list them on Ko-Fi as well. And I always post freebies. You can follow my Instagram mostly for that, because that's where I mostly post that stuff. But I'm really excited. So I only did like a handful of movies because I do work. We're doing this walking thing. I read a lot anyway, so I think I'll be fine on that front with all the books that I want to read, because I do have like 8 books here, but most of these are going to be read via audio. I love audiobooks. They keep my life a little bit simpler, especially when I'm busy with the kids, going on my walks. My commute to my job is not exactly short, so I'm usually listening to audiobooks on the way to and from work. So I've got lots of books planned. The only one that's going to be harder to get is like, I either just need to buy Mallrats by Ivy Tholen, or like, I guess do another, maybe I'll when I'm ready to read that one, I'll do a little 30-day trial with Kindle Unlimited again, because I got rid of my Kindle Unlimited a while ago. I just wasn't reading on KU. I wasn't using it. So I was like, I'm not going to keep paying for it if I'm not using it at the time. So to read that one, I might have to do that. But the rest I think are pretty accessible, mostly on my Hoopla. I will be borrowing probably every one of these books, because I'm trying not to buy too many books. I just reorganized all of my shelves and I have space now, but I'm also just really nervous about, you know, spending more money. Books are expensive. So if I find them like thrifting, yeah, I'll probably pick them up if I'm able to find them in the thrift store, or if I'm able to find them like at Second and Charles, because we try not to go to Second and Charles because I can't seem to help it drop like $100 every time I go into that store, and it's a problem because I've also started to collect physical media. Apart from books, I've started collecting DVDs, which has been a great time. I have space with that too right now, thankfully. But with that, I'm going to rewatch The Cabin in the Woods just because it's one of my favorite horror movies. I think it's really well done. I love the premise. I, to this day, want a show or like other movies in this universe to see different situations and like prequels. We need prequels to The Cabin in the Woods because we know that it happens, what they do, it happens all the time. So yeah, I really, really need that. So whoever made that, please give me that. But obviously, I'm going to be watching Fear Street Prom Queen as well as Friday the 13th. I have not watched Sleepaway Camp yet, and so that one's a really big one that I want to get to, as well as I cannot tell you the last time I watched I Know What You Did Last Summer. I remember watching it with like my childhood best friend, and I miss her dearly. There's some horror movies that are hard for me to watch because she is no longer with us and it reminds me a lot of her, so it can be a little difficult sometimes, but I want this to be the summer that I try, even if it's just like in honor of her memory. But I also want to try Summer Camp Nightmare. I just found this one. I didn't know about it before, so I have only a handful of movies because I love my husband and I don't want to torture him too much with horror movies. I'm constantly watching horror movies. It's comfort. Like I think last week I needed a comfort movie and I rewatched all 3 of the Fear Street movies because I needed comfort. And apparently that was the way to get it. So I have lots of plans. I also have lots of arcs to get through. I am currently reading 2 different books. One is it's A Forgery of Fate. I just started it yesterday on my commute. A Forgery of Fate. That's by Elizabeth Lim. I love this author. Amazing books. And then the other one I'm working on is A Fate Forged in Fire, I think is the name of it. Let me double check. Yes, it's A Fate Forged in Fire by Hazel McBride. And I've also been working on that one. They're very different, but also both dragons. So, because I'm always reading dragon books. I'm going to try to get through my arcs as well with everything else that I'm doing, but a lot of things are going to be through audio just because it makes my life easier and I can keep up with everything because we are also nearing the end of school. I homeschool with Helene and everything else and illnesses. We're still finishing up and slowly getting to the end. So it's kind of the perfect time for me to do a lot of things that I want to do because I don't have to focus so much on my kids' education because I do give them a summer break because I work during the summer. So I'm hoping that it'll give me the time to do that. But then, of course, like halfway through this reading challenge I'm doing for myself with Lord of the Rings, my kids will start school. So it's only a little bit break in there, but I'm hoping it gives me enough momentum to keep myself going and keep doing it. But if you have any interest of joining me for any of these things, all of the Summerween packs, I do them. It's a pack of 15 each, 15 for your stories, 15 usually for just like post size for Instagram, so you can use them honestly anywhere. I always try to make them accessible for free Canva users, and this set is Summerween. If you want to look back at any of the ones that I have made before, they're all listed on my Ko-Fi, which is in my link tree. And yeah, I make these every month, or try to, because it's just a fun little thing I like to do, and it gives me an outlet for creativity because I need to be writing, but yet I'm not. I need to be reading, yet here we are. So if you want to do that, I have those for you. Like I said, I will post more about them soon, and they will be up hopefully by May 31st, if not June 1st. And I will double check, of course, once I upload this, that before I upload this, I will make sure that the template that I have for the Trek to Mordor is actually usable for free Canva users as well, so you guys can join me if you would like to. And if you don't, just subscribe, follow along, and see how this goes for me, and see if I actually keep up with it, because that's another reason I want to do it. I want to be more consistent, and I feel like if I'm also doing it for the internet, maybe I'll stay consistent, which I have a big I struggle a lot with consistency. So I'm hoping that that will really help me and move forward. Also, with the Patreon, I currently have the post up that if you would like to nominate a book, a dragon book for our Dragon Book Club, we will start discussing those in live streams at the end of each month. And if you'd like to nominate a book that happens to contain dragons, my Dragon Book Club is completely free and public on my Patreon. And like I said, we'll be discussing the books in a live stream by the end of the month, and I'll have that scheduled with everybody. But yeah, we're taking nominations. And so if you would like to nominate a book, come join us. The only criteria is the book has to contain dragons in some way. So if you are interested, that is also linked in the places that things are linked if you would like to join us there. So yeah, thank you so much for sticking around for this whole thing. Not that it's, super long or anything. If you want to join me, all the links are in all the places. Yeah. Like, subscribe, and follow along for all the craziness. And also a big thank you to my patrons. Thank you to my little wyverns, Kelly, Jude, Rebecca, and Sammy. And thank you to my whimsical worms, Jessica, Ava, and Lauren. Thank you guys so much. Y'all are the reasons I keep doing this.